1, 2, 3. Alrighty, let's go. Kia ora and welcome to the latest episode of the Solo Sessions. My name is Dave. If you are new here, welcome. I'm doing these weekly little episodes that really encapsulate the week. And I have a look back at the week that was and have a quick look ahead at the week that we've got ahead. And this week, man, looking ahead is getting super duper exciting. That's because I'm getting up to a little bit of international travel. Now, that always gets me buzzed and fired up. It's always exciting. But I'm going to rewind first and have a think about what happened last week and how it went down. So, got the old Google Calendar in front of me to make sure I don't miss anything. Now, sure, the standards of just work as in like editing and more editing and a few client filming projects went down last week. Really stoked with how those went. I've talked about it in the last few weeks about me really putting an effort on turning something around quickly, or just how I like doing that when I can. And I was able to do that this week with a client. So filmed something throughout on Thursday, and then later that night I was like, I'll just have a quick play with some of the footage just so they can see what it looked like. Now, this project is going to finish in 2 or 3 months' time. It's an ongoing project with a client, but I wanted to, just wanted to show them what some of the footage looked like, because they're going to be working with me for the next, ages, and they might not see anything for ages. And I'm like, no, stuff that. So I posted it on my LinkedIn. If you're following me there, you'll be able to know what project I'm talking about. And where else did I put it? Maybe on Instagram stories. And they have an Instagram, so they shared that, and Bob's your uncle. But yeah, bloody good fun. I did record a couple of podcasts. Luckily enough, I got to sit down with Dom from Indigo and Provisions. I also got to sit down with Charlie Rose Creative, and had some good conversations with them. That will be out. Dom's podcast will be out in like 2 days' time. I am scheduling all that puppy, getting it. Oh gosh, I got to get ready today. That was an awesome conversation. We dived deep into his journey through discovering his passion, and what he kind of how he fell into where he's at now. A bit about setting up his own store here in Christchurch and why he did that. It's really, really interesting. A lot about, like, we discussed ordering clothes. Like, he has a bunch of different brands that he has in stock in his store, and I wondered how that process went down. Do they send him stuff? Does he pay for it straight away? All of these sorts of random questions. We dive a little bit into that, and how you pick which items you stock in store, because I just find that fascinating. I have no idea how that works, so it was kind of cool. When I sat down with Charlie, we headed to her studio space, and it was flipping cool. She's got a real awesome setup. But we talked a lot about a bunch of different things, about inspiration, about freelance life, I just love sitting down with, sorry, I got a snotty nose, you can probably hear that, apologies. I love sitting down with other freelancers and just hearing how they do things. Because when you're out there doing it, and you're just out there, figuring it all out, you can hear one person's method or thoughts, and then you may take that as gospel, and you're like, oh, that's how I have to invoice my clients. But then there's 100 different other ways that people are doing it out there. So it was just cool to hear from her, some of her struggles, some of the journey to like how she stumbled across becoming a freelance photographer. It was really fun. I also obviously smashed out a bunch of gym work. And I've been mentioning gym work, gym training and all that stuff in heaps of my podcasts, so you all know that. But yeah, just update, I'm ticking away. I took some before and after photos, and I just took the after photos today. And I was always like, whatever, like, don't take those photos. But yeah, it was interesting to see in maybe like the last 6 weeks or so how my body's changed slightly and all that. I would say, I'll post those on Instagram, but I won't. So just trust me to know that, I'm getting there, slowly progressing. I also had a bit of a date night this week with Nicole, and luckily for the last couple of weeks, we've been able to get out at least once and just do something fun. I wish we could just keep that trend rolling on, because when you both working pretty hard, and she works a truckload of nights, it's nice just to be able to just spend some time together. So we headed off to the open air cinema I will look up some deets so I can fill you all in on that. I feel like my ability to store knowledge is literally getting slashed by just Google and the internet. I've struggled to remember anything because I'm like, well, I can just search it up online. Is that a thing? Are you the same? I'd really love to know. So the Open Air Cinema, it's like sponsored by American Express, and they do it all across Australia. And they do it, obviously, there's a few spots here in New Zealand that they do it as well. So it's in Christchurch. The deets, come on, get to me. I have mentioned it. There are some amazing movies in here, like The Joker, Charlie's Angels, Zombieland, Jojo Rabbit is what I saw. It was incredible. Jojo Rabbit is a film. Let's talk about that for a second. It was epic. It was so interesting. I was worried that it would be awkward. Like some of the humor would like be just like funny, but we're laughing at like Nazi stuff and it'd be weird. But no, it was really well done, and there were some moments that were actually quite sad in that film. But they did it really well. Taika's brilliant, so he was hilarious, and the rest of the actors and actresses were really cool. But the open air cinema experience was flipping insane. Like, we had comfortable beanbags and a wee rug, and we got set up. But if you decide to go and you're based in Christchurch and you're listening, bring a wee rug, bring a wee deck chair, maybe bring a wee setup. There are some beanbags there, but you'd hate to miss out. Then we had some popcorn, had a wee cider or two, and I woke up feeling dusty. Like, what is with that? Do I need to drink more? Well, I don't want to drink more, so maybe it's just my body's being like, hey, you don't drink anymore. You don't drink very, very often, but had a couple of ciders, had some like Bacon Brothers / Shaka Bros. Yeah, I think it was Bacon Brothers. They were there. They had some food, so we just scoffed some of that down. It was a great experience. So they're there for like a whole month. And when does it finish? On the 29th of March. Boom. They're there for flipping ages. So if you're in Christchurch, get down. I highly recommend it. Nice wee excuse to venture out. That was that. That was freaking cool. Oh my gosh. Tansy is licking my leg profusely. Hey mate, what's going on? Okay, cool. Any other things that I should probably report on? The big thing, let's shift. I'm recording this podcast on a Monday morning with a wee brew. Let's actually get into that. Bit of ASMR action. Oh god, that was terrible. Okay, so I'm heading off to the Aussie Champs CrossFit competition, and I'm going to be away for like a week filming. And I'm traveling with a bunch of people from 64 Training System, 64 Army, whatever you want to call them. Heaps of people from my gym, and some people who do our training program, but they're based somewhere else in the country or in Australia. We're all meeting up in the Gold Coast, Fizzing for a big competition. Like, this is the big one on the calendar. And I'm heading off tomorrow morning, like 7 in the morning. We're going to settle in for a couple of days. And then I'm going to be filming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 4-day competition. And the first event they've announced, it's like beach flags. I remember as a lifeguard as a kid having to practice this and sucking. I wasn't the best, but I love the physical contact involved in beach flags. So if you don't know what that is, it's like where everyone lies down in a line. They generally have their hands out, like laid out in front of them, flat on the floor, with their elbows like splayed out. They normally have their chin on the back of your hand, and you're just lying there with your feet together. And then there'll be like a starter bang or something, or they'll say go, and you have to jump up, turn around, and sprint down the beach to dive and grab like a little stick. They call them flags, whatever. And there's just always one less than the amount of people. So if there are 8 people, there are 7. And they just whittle the competition down until there's generally like a final. Good viewing. Like, I'm fizzing for the filming of that because it's like good fun to watch. Some slow-mo action on the beach is going to be sick. But it's not really something that's happened much in CrossFit. I heard that there's a comp up in Auckland that's done it before. But really in the world stage, this will be like a big event, which should be cool. So, yeah, fizzing for that, fizzing for the whole filming. Excited to see our athletes who put in a truckload of work, like actually jump out there and do it on the competition floor. That'd be really cool. I'm going to be updating. If you want to see what I'm up to, there'll be stuff on Quality Antics. I'll try my best to chuck to try and have a chat to you guys on Instagram stories. So stay tuned for that. I might even go live. Let's go live sometime in Aussie. I've got to remember the time difference. But I'm excited about the duty-free shopping, just the travel experience. I freaking love it. I love like when we went to Europe recently, I love like waiting at an airport and then going through here and then doing this and the next thing and like kind of being in a new space. It's just cool. It's so exciting. So I'm pumped for an early morning flight tomorrow. I'm looking into buying a Kindle because I already have a Kindle and I am fizzing for Harry Potter. I need to bring this up before we wrap up. Harry Potter update. I'm smashing through the Chamber of Secrets. I'm reading the series that I haven't read in since I was a kid. It is so damn good. And on Kindle it costs like $40 to, I know you can download it illegally, but I didn't do that. It costs like $40 to buy the whole series. So I've just bought all of the books and I'm reading through them. Incredible. I forget how damn good it is. But I'm looking at getting a new Kindle because like the new ones they have a backlight to them, whereas mine's like literally OG Kindle, like original Kindle, and I need to turn on like a light at night. So when you're reading Harry Potter super late at night or early in the morning, I don't want to turn on lights and wake up Nicole. So that's my excuse to try and buy a new Kindle. But but Nicole's one's broken. Okay, so I'm trying to justify it more. She's got a Kindle as well, but it broke over summer. So I'll gift her my OG Kindle, and because I read probably more than her, so then I'll have the nice new one. It just makes sense. Logistically, just trying to pack the studio up. If you're looking at the video version, I'll see my best if I can grab this camera and make a move. It'll be dark as hell, but the main point I'm getting at is there's crap everywhere, and I'm trying to figure out what to wear, what to pack, what camera gear I'm going to need for the comp, which is all exciting. Filmed a wedding in the weekend for my friends Drew and Danielle, and that was fun. I took photos and video. It was stressful. It was hectic. I will never do it again. So mark my words. Please remind me to never do that again. Loved it. But same with I took photos for my friend's wedding. Maybe it's just the photo element that I don't like, but I'm like, this was fun, but I don't ever want to do it again. Yeah. Congratulations to you guys. It was a great chilled out wedding out in Springston, out at their house. They had it at their house. They put up a marquee and they had fairy lights and had a couple of hundred people. It was a good setup. It was just beautiful. And they partied late into the night and they had a bit of fun and it was really cool. So I think they'll be shooting off on their honeymoon soon, so I'll deliver them some photos today, and just a couple, and then we'll go from there. But plan of attack for the week ahead is today I'm trying to smash out a bunch of client work, so that I don't have to do too much of that while I'm away for like a week. Then I've got the City to Surf coming up very, very shortly, like later on this month, probably a few weeks away now, maybe 3 weeks. Gosh, I need to do some training. So I'm bringing my running shoes to Aussie. I'm going to try and get up early in the morning, go for a nice wee light jog and light run, because most of the days I'll be chock-a-block full busy. So touch wood, I can get all that done. But I've been for a few runs this week and they felt good, but it's like fast-paced runs. I hate just those long, slow babies, which is exactly what the City to Surf is. Why did I sign up? That's me for this week. I want to keep it short and sweet. I don't want to go over time here, but pumped for the week ahead. Pumped for the opportunity to film. I'm filming for the Morning Chalk Up, which is a big deal in the CrossFit community. So Callum and I are going to be putting our head down and get into work. We're going to be filming some epic athletes from all over, and then some of them will even be from our gym, which is going to be sick. And I'm going to have a bloody good time over there. So I will be doing a Sunday sesh, like a recap, a solo session from Aussie next week. I'm going to figure out how the hell that's going to work. But yeah, thanks for listening. Much love. Have a great week. See you next time.